Hey guys, it's here bringing you another video. So this may be uploaded as a little bonus video, maybe on Huzzy Extra in the week or something like that. I'm not sure they would really want me to upload this, but I think it's interesting. So, because not everybody gets these pop-ups on the client. So we got a pop-up on the client saying, like, we want to hear your opinion. And this, by the way, is just random. They won't be picking me because I'm Huzzy and I'm a league partner. It just pops up on the client every now and then. So let's go through it and see what Riot themselves is kind of pitching when it comes to frustration within League. So I thought something was exclusive. So basically is you can rate stuff between least frustrating and most frustrating, which is a bit, I don't know if like can I only pick two things? Yeah, so I only can pick what is the most frustrating thing and the least frustrating thing. So I thought something was exclusive time related, but then others get to acquire it later. I'm not really bothered by that. I think me years ago may have been, but I've kind of really stopped caring about that type of thing. The content I get from buying mystery skins is not worth the money. The skins Riot makes for my favorite champions aren't as good as the skins they make for other champs. I mean, that is partially true because there's the same legit 4 champions that just get a lot of the skins. I have to play too much during events to get the things I want, and loot never seems to get me what I want. Okay, so this one's clearly about loot in League of Legends. So I'd say that's probably my most frustrating, because like if I don't really buy skins anymore, but if they did come out with a skin, I'm like, hell yeah, I would get it, you know. And then for least frustrating, yeah, I'd probably leave it where it is here, to be honest. I don't really care about time limited stuff. All right, next up. There's too much higher price content and not enough inexpensive options. I think that's a very big thing right now, just to kind of put it in perspective. You know, like when everyone said, you know, don't support the $200 Jin Chroma that turns out to be a skin, and everyone's like, oh, they won't do that again. Yeah, they're doing that again. So there's a Garen and a Darius skins coming out soon. They are the God King ones, and what they've basically done, they're basically Chromas again, and they've just flipped them. So Darius actually looks like a good guy in white armor, and Garen has actually got the dark armor, and they're going to be $200 skins each. So I would say that's very frustrating. I missed out on time exclusive content because I wasn't around at the moment. I'm fine with that. To me, like, it sounds weird to say, but I don't care if I like, so the previous one to this was, oh, I bought time exclusive content and people get it down the line. I don't massively care about that per se, but at the same time, I would say, like, I don't think that people should be able to get Pax Jacks anymore, because like that was a thing from 2009. Just let it stay there, and that's fine. But I honestly don't think many people expect to get stuff that was exclusive a long time ago. Riot doesn't make enough content for the theme skins I like. I probably agree with that. The Hextech crafting system requires too many steps, and the quality of content is too low. I would say, again, obviously, it's worth knowing, and just to make it very clear, these surveys are, let's say, loaded. So Riot will be collecting this data, and they will be able to pitch this data in a set way to make themselves look better than they actually are doing. It's a very well-known gaming thing. So there's, in this one, like in the last one, there was hardly any of them that actually were frustrating. But in this one, there's like 4 of them that are frustrating. You've got this one, you've got this one, you've got this one, and you've got this one that are pretty damn frustrating. But you only can click one that's the most frustrating. So in their data, the others won't be as frustrating. And they can kind of go, hey, look, the people don't care about this stuff as much. They do, it's just we only can pick one thing to be frustrating. What it should have been better is ranking them from 1 to 5, but whatever. Least frustrating, I'd say that. Most frustrating, so I want more things in the store I can afford. Riot focuses too much on development resources on making cosmetic content. I don't feel rewarded for the time I spend playing League. I think that's a pretty big one. There isn't enough time between event passes to recover, and the content I get from buying a Masterwork chest is not worth the money. I would say, personally, I think this one is a pretty high frustration for the average player. Now, again, am I answering what I feel is the average player, or am I answering for me? Because you don't really get much for just playing the game in terms of reward. Yeah, you get rank, but in terms of this is talking about cosmetics, let's be honest. You're not really getting anything for actually playing the game. Not really. Right, focuses too much development. But honestly, I would say that's probably the most frustrating. I do think Riot does spend a bit too much time focusing on that stuff. And I'd say I don't really care about masterwork chests. All right, next up is acquiring rewards through an event token shop doesn't feel exciting. Yeah. The cost of RP is unreasonably high. Yeah, that's just going to win straight away. That they have just increased Riot points again and again and again. And there isn't, they've said sometimes inflation, but their increase in Riot points cost has been higher than inflation. They haven't just increased it 2% a year. They've increased it 10% or 15%. So, yeah. Riot doesn't make enough content my favorite champions. Acquiring rewards through the event milestones doesn't feel exciting, and event rewards typically don't appeal to me. So yeah, I'd say I'm not massive into the event stuff. There are too many alternate currencies, mythic essence, tokens, etc. The things I want are only obtainable through loot. There aren't enough opportunities to show off what I've acquired in League. Riot provides less free content than other games I play. I wish I could just buy the things I want directly. I'd say, yeah, that's really frustrating that sometimes, like, I want that thing, and you can't. Like, for example, the $200 skins. The reason that they're $200, by the way, is they're not in the store and they cost $200. You only can get them through opening a set amount of loot boxes that you can have a chance that if you open one, you could randomly get it. But basically, you won't because the percentage is so low. And the way that they have to do it is you will guarantee get that skin if you open 100 boxes. Well, 100 boxes, let's say, cost $200. And the average person who's going for that skin will open and get the loot on box 98. So in essence, you've spent $200 on a skin. So yeah, it would be better. Like, it would be better instead of it being a $200 skin if they just were like, right, if you really want it and that's the only thing you care about, it's gonna cost $50 for one skin, which is a ridiculous cost. But at least you're just getting what you want. That would be better. That would be less frustrating. And then as for the other stuff, I don't really care that there's multiple currencies. There isn't enough content that I earn through skill. Yeah, that's pretty frustrating. Bundles force me to purchase things I don't really want. Yeah, cosmetic items such as skins are not worth the money. I mean, that's just subjective. That just depends your value on money. There isn't enough exclusive time limited content, and I don't feel I have much to show for the money I've spent in League. I'd say like that for me. So again, I was hoping that this was going to be a bit about champion balance and stuff. Turns out it's just about cosmetics, but it's an interesting topic, and it'll be interesting to see what people think about it as well. I have to play too much during events to get things I want. We heard that one earlier. There's too much higher price content and not enough inexpensive options. I agree to this. Again, Raz said it in chat. When was the last time that Riot just did 9.7 RP skins? 9.75 Riot points was the old good skin price. Well, that's miraculously become 13.50 at least for the average skin now. Bob, 40 months of Prime. Thank you so much, my dude. So, hello, plebs. So think about that. The average price of a skin used to be 9.75. It's now probably 13.50 on average. And Riot points have also gotten more expensive. So it's not just they've kept the average skin being at 9.75. They haven't. It's gone up. And also it costs more to buy Riot points. So it's double bad. So yeah. So we are getting repeats. I guess the thing with this is they're getting, like, there's repeats that you kind of have different frustration levels in essence. Again, I don't massively care about event stuff. Don't really care about masterwork chests. I would say in this one, that I'd probably say. So this is where instead of ranking them 1 to 5, you're getting repeats, and you're basically doing like which is the most frustrating, less frustrating, and this is how Riot's going to get their data overall. And I don't care about events. Say that. Riot definitely have their favorite champions to make content on. Misfortune, Leona, Lux, Yasuo, Ahri. And if you don't like those 5 champions, you're not getting as many skins. Hey, Tenshoga. Events rewards typically don't appeal to me. Don't care about events, as I've said. Riot doesn't make enough content. Yep, I'd say probably that. Oh, I know this to me should always be the biggest frustration, because this is going against their stupid gacha $200 skins and that. Yep, that to me always should be the highest frustration. What they're gonna do, and I can see it happening, they're gonna make me pick between Riot points being unreasonably high and just being able to buy direct things. I can already see it happening, but oh well. Again, it sounds weird, but like there isn't enough time for event passes to cover. Least frustrating because I don't buy event passes. I don't care about events. Riot forces too much development making cosmetics, but then there isn't enough content I can get through skill. I'd say that. And that. Again, anything when it comes to events, I'm not that frustrated by. I have to play too much as I want. Don't care about events. I don't feel like I've much to show. The Hexo crafting system. The things I want are only... See, these are all ones I don't really care about. That's the thing. So, but what I will do, it's going to sound weird, I'll do this as most frustrating, because basically it's saying, it's frustrating, I don't care about events. Most frustrating. So there you go. So I want to buy direct things. I'd say that. I don't know. That's a bit awkward one. Don't care about masterwork chests. Yeah, I'd say that, because again, it's kind of saying the champs that they've got a set list of like 5 to 10 champions that get all the cool stuff a lot of the time. So yeah, right points being too high. And then I don't really care if I don't get as much free stuff than other games. The whole game of League of Legends is free. There aren't enough opportunities to show off what I care about. There isn't enough time event passes to recover. Acquiring rewards through event token shop doesn't feel exciting, and bundle source me things, and Riot does blah, blah, blah. I'd say that, and then I don't really care about event passes. And here's the last one. So they didn't actually put, which is surprising. I thought they would have done one category, that they would have had price of Riot points being too high and buying things direct. I thought they would have put those two together, because then I would have had to decide between those. I would have put price of Riot points as too high. But anyway. Yeah, I'd say this is like that they've devalued cosmetics massively. Skins are not as cool as they used to be in terms of like the price for what you're getting for them, and Riot points is overly inflated. So I'd say that is frustrating. And then hilariously, I'm going to put this as least frustrating, because there's actually not a lot in the Riot Point store that I actually care about buying. I can afford it, but like there's just not a lot of good stuff anymore. Oh god, there's more stuff. And finally, please select which frustrations you feel are very important for Riot to address. How many can I pick? Okay, I can do all this. So, I wish I could buy things very important. Riot focuses too much on it. Yeah, the content I get from buying I don't really care about that. Riot doesn't make enough content for my favorite champions. Yeah, I think they should mix it up a little bit more. Acquiring rewards through event, don't really care about events. Riot provides us content, don't really care about that. The content I get from don't really care about that. Okay. And there you go. They didn't put in that very important thing. Riot points being too expensive, by the way. But yeah, if I upload this as a little bonus thing, let me know what you guys think about like the cost of cosmetics and Riot points. Do you guys agree that the value of it has gone down? Riot points are too high, and it's like what I've said. Is Riot's own excuse in the last couple of years of raising Riot point cost has been inflation. They've gone higher than inflation. Inflation has been like 2% a year, if that, and they've increased Riot points. That, like, honestly, in the last 5 years, Riot points has probably gone up in like 30%. So, yeah. But anyway, that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, do throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace. Restore our glory to live forever. dark regime